Hello, everybody, and welcome to Tabletop Bob. My name is Bob, and I'll be your dungeon master for tonight's episode of Curse of Strahd. I feel like today has been just one of those days where it's been so crazy, so busy, so hectic, and now we get to end our day, wind down with Curse of Strahd. I'm just looking at myself, honestly, for like the first time in like a long time. I feel like I was so sweaty today. I feel like my face is so shiny. Look at this. Look at the glisten. I'm glistening. Got
So
a
I'm a big
Unbutton
fan.
my button.
You're
oh yeah.
glowing, Bob.
I kind of like it, yeah.
Glowing. It was a busy day. Not only did I have I coach track at my school. We had track practice today, gearing up for our first practice sort of meet tomorrow. I had my son's baseball game where the kids are pitching now. So it's like, stakes are real. And it was hot. It was like 85 here in the New York tri-state area. We're just talking about the heat today. It just went from being so cold, so hot in such a short period of time, that I was not prepared for. I mean, I wore the right clothes, shorts, t-shirt. I was ready for it, but man, the heat really wears you down. I'm like exhausted. Anybody else feel that way today?
Yeah, I feel hot.
I
Yeah.
took a nap, so I feel good.
Well, we are in a new place here, Stefano. What we got behind you? The sneakers?
Yeah, we got some Converse sneakers that were painted.
Sweet.
This one was painted with Nirvana in Utero, and this
Oh,
one is painted with Led Zeppelin Houses of the Holy,
wow! Look at that.
and a
And this
couple
is
of
your.
posters.
This is
my
not
friend's house.
your. Yeah.
This
Okay.
is not, no.
Right. Yes, in an undisclosed location somewhere,
Yes.
not in the Northeast.
I'm in a secret bunker.
Mm-hmm. Under a golf course.
Yep.
A disc golf. Yeah.
A disc golf course.
I knew it.
By the way, me and my friend, we washed our discs.
Did you really?
We did, but we can talk about that later.
Okay. Yeah, well, so those who don't know, I mean, obviously, a bunch of people on the channel, Nate, John, Stefano play disc golf. And I got into the game about a year ago. And coming from the golf background, you always wash your clubs. That's like what you do. I mean, you don't always do it. After if it gets dirty, if you have especially a dirty around where there's a lot of it was wet maybe, or there's a lot of mud, something like that. You clean them off, you wash them, and it's always good to give them a good soak at least once or twice, a season. And then so when I started playing disc golf, after I played, I would take my discs, throw them in a slop sink down here in the basement, right over there, and I would just put some soap, get some warm water going, give them a bath. And then I would rinse them all, dry them all. And I told the guys this, and they looked at me like I was crazy. Like I was just like, this is not what you do in disc golf. But then I don't know if I told you this, but I told Nate this. Gannon Burr, the number one ranked disc golfer, the current world champion, he washes his discs. And I sent a video to Nate about it because I was like, I can't be the only one. So, better get the oils off, the dirt, get a bit of grip,
I played a lot of muddy courses, and there's just dirt caked on them. And I was like, I think it's time to wash the discs.
It's time to wash the discs. And this might be a very dirty episode because we're coming back from a vicious battle with Strahd. And we're going to jump right into it. No, there was a little talk here, but no like icebreaker today because we want to get in. It's 9:00 here on the East Coast. We want to get started right away, but good to have the whole group back and relatively healthy. Michelle's recovering. I won't ask her to speak right now, but you'll see it soon. You'll hear it soon.
Yeah.
I'm recovering. Oh, go ahead. You want to speak? Go ahead.
Yes, you'll hear the croak.
Yeah, you could even tell that's not Michelle's normal, tone there, not the normal tenor. But we'll get to it. I'm feeling a little better than last week. Last week I got hit hard with some what appears to be allergies, but it's real bad here in the Northeast. So everybody take your daily allergy pills. And if you have taxes to do, tonight's not the night. You've got one more day. Stay with us, or you know what? Do your taxes, but put us on the second screen. Okay, taxes, Tabletop Bob. All right, excellent. Last week, I don't know why I even wrote last week on my notes. Last month, basically, when we played, we had the battle of Yester Hill, and it was a fierce battle. you found that there were not only druids that had ruled this area, but there were these berserkers, these wilderness beings, these humans from just another time and place. It seemed not sure if they were alive, undead until the battle started. They were laying in shallow graves. They rose to fight you as you approached the hill. It also seemed that the druids had some sort of insidious reason for collecting these stones. You didn't give them an opportunity to either explain nor show you. You attacked. You ran straight to the hill. Rufus led the charge. What's your horse's name again? Paragon?
Paragon.
You rode this undead-looking creature, nothing like the Paragon you knew, but the Paragon that you needed. And you rode Paragon up that hill, charged into the thick of the druid forces. You fought tree blights, vine blights, twig blights, ultimately to steal back the gemstone that they had been using, corrupting perhaps for some insidious reason. You don't know what it was. They had a effigy to Strahd, and it looked like that was maybe powering it. You didn't give them the opportunity, like I said, to use it. And you destroyed that and fought these druids, but Strahd himself showed up. And there was a big battle between him especially and Rufus. Rufus used the Sun Sword, the newly awakened Sun Sword, to sort of fight him off. And the Sun Sword nudged you in directions. It gave you sort of like thoughts and feelings towards the battle. It kind of guided you towards him, and you saved Irina from perhaps even her death. You fought him back. He was banished away from this place. And the last moment, Tim, Laurent,
I totally forgot until right now. Yeah.
Laurent found an artifact that was buried there with the berserkers. It was the blood spear of Kayvon, which was basically this ancient barbarian spirit that called to you and told you to wield.
Spear of good advice.
Yeah, and you wielded the spear. You felt the strength of the barbarian, and you even hit Strahd with the spear as he was fleeing from the party, giving him a parting wound. At the end of the battle, you checked out the Gulthias tree. I think Canas ended up taking some of it for his rod. Dione and the rest of the group kind of got together and figured out that you had the stone. There was no other stones nearby. Dione tried to use her senses to figure out if there's anything else there, but rather than stay there and kind of loiter around, you decided to head back and go to the Wizard of the Wineries. Plus, what's his name? Oh gosh, Davian was like, let's get out of here. Got what we needed, even if it's just one of them. So you headed back towards the Wizard of the Wines to find Camilla, who had found you, tracked you down. She is here. She looks like she is back into her normal self. She is not in werewolf form. She has been. She's not wearing her typical clothes though. That is because she probably ripped them to shreds. So she's wearing maybe some borrowed clothes that she had from the werewolves that helped her. But ultimately, she's here and she's back with the party. So we're gonna pick it up from right there. Let's cue the music and begin. All right.
I have one question.
Oh, please go ahead.
We're gonna roll our hit dice for leveling up.
Oh yeah.
Oh my God, you leveled up. I forgot about that. Level 9, right?
Yep.
Okay, we have to roll the hit dice. We'll get there in a second.
Okay, cool.
You're sitting in the, I guess we'll call it like sort of like the living quarters of the winery. It's a broad parlor. It's got seats and chairs, and there's all the other the Martikov family, the children, and the all the brothers and their wives here. So it's a pretty packed place. It's not quiet, nor is it restful at this moment, but everyone is sort of celebrating the return of this gemstone. And Camilla is with you all. You're eating, relaxing, talking about the battle at Yesterhill, maybe even just finishing the tale about the blood spear or the sun sword strike on Strahd. Camilla taking it all in, happy to be sort of back to normal. But the lingering question is what happened to her? As we continue to talk, we'll roll our hit points here. Think about maybe the questions you have for her. Think about what you might want to share with her. And I'll have Dione. We'll kick you. We'll start off with you. We'll kick it off with you. I'm gonna switch over to our Roll20 screen so we can see your roll. You're rolling a d8. You took another level of rogue, I'm assuming?
Yes, that's correct.
Okay. Here is our Roll20 screen. And I'm going to go into black and white as well. Here we go. All right, Dione. Take it away.
Okay, so I just rolled a d8, but it didn't show up.
Did you do it on D&D Beyond? Or did you do it?
I did.
Okay. Yeah, remember we're having an issue. I'm not sure what the issue is, but if you want...
Strong start to the night.
Yeah. In D&D Beyond, what does it say? Because it logs it all.
Okay, yeah, I rolled a 3.
A 3. Okay. But you add your Constitution score, which is?
1, so total 4.
Total 4. 4 more hit points for the resident werewolf rogue.
Yes.
Let's go to Rufus. Yes, I'm a D10, I'm sure. Let us see. A 3.
A 3 as well. Yeah, a little worse technically than Dione's because of the die you have rolled, but plus your con?
Plus 5, 50, 74 now.
74. Not bad. Not too shabby. All right, let's go to Stefano, Canas.
Right. Come on, 4 better. It's a 5.
You'll take it.
I sure will. And 2 Constitution, so that'll bring me up to 56.
Okay. All right. A little lower than Rufus, but that makes sense. The die difference. Laurent, you're a D8 as well. Laurent. Not what you hoped for. A 1.
No, I was super high before this though, so that's my plus 2 Constitution, so plus 3, which I think it puts me at a total of 69, so I'm still like well above average.
Nice.
Heyo.
So, just recap, Dione, what's your hit point total now?
I'm at 53.
Okay, 53. Laurent, you said 69.
Sorry, that was bad math. I didn't realize that D&D already asked Constitution modifier. I'm at 67.
67.
Oh.
6,
Yeah, much less
so
fun.
Oh, that's
6.
just as good.
67, yep. Canas, where you were at 60...
56.
56. I was
Yes.
going to say 65. And Rufus, 78?
74.
74. Okay, great. So you're all in the range of about 15 to 20 of each other. That's good. All right. So you're here in the living quarters of the Mardukov family. They're off. The kids are playing with each other. It's evening now. You're eating dinner, and you're all seated around, like I said, couches, lounge chairs. There's a crackling fire going. Everything here is very, let's say, avian looking, like very feathery, like down feathers, things like that, of that nature. So you're seated on one of these chairs, and Camilla, puts down her plate of food. She looks up at all of you, and she goes, "All right, go ahead. Ask away."
Well, Camilla, what's going on with your werewolf form?
Yeah, I don't know what I was gonna expect of this whole thing. I know, Dione, you have lived with this your whole life. It seems almost impossible to me that this could continue much more. It was a very stressful few days. I don't know what happened. I turned the full moon. I remember seeing Dione and following her. I almost remember the smells better than I remember anything else. But I don't think it was a success, or at least that's what Zulika said. It wasn't a success. The hunt failed.
What does that mean for you?
I guess you have to lock me up at the next full moon.
I suppose so.
Yeah, it's a little frustrating, but look, I was here when we took Dione down and to the Keepers of the Feathers cellar, and that was traumatic. I think it just takes time, and hopefully sooner than later I can figure this all out. Not quite sure how, but we have pressing matters, don't we? I mean, you guys nearly defeated Strahd.
I mean, my cool new spear nearly did.
Yeah. So, what's our plan?
I believe we have to rendezvous with Rictavio in his tower to try to find out what his idea of finally getting rid of Strahd for good actually is.
Irina says, I sure hope that, all things considering, we're very lucky. I sure hope that he is still there. We've been gone for quite some time. And he did say to stay in Kresk. He would find us. Or at least Esmeralda said that.
He did.
I hope they didn't come looking for us and they're gone.
If they did, then we keep moving. Eventually, Barovia's not that big and no one can leave. So we'll keep on keeping on, and we'll cross paths with the old man eventually for sure.
Well, we have one more major task that we need to accomplish, which is
Stop
heading
the
to
kid
this.
from turning into
Heading to the swamps of Verez, which Madame Ava tasked us with.
The drowned village.
Irina shudders. Oof. Living here in the village, you hear so many stories about that place. Kind of keeps you up at night. Now, just to recap, I remember Irina has told you what she knows about that place when you first learned about that there is a village there. It's called the Drowned Village. It was a flood many, many years ago. And the flood destroyed the town, and people in the lands of Barovia, they scattered, right? This is centuries ago. It's ancient history, essentially. And the stories go that, the ghosts of those people inhabit that area, that there are evil creatures lurking in the swamp. And so, kids would get these stories, try to scare each other, make each other not go to sleep, that sort of thing. But, who knows the truth of all that, Irina says.
So to be
Irina.
clear, is it a swamp or a marsh?
Swamps. It is a swamp. But it was flooded. It was flooded many years ago, and it changed the land.
More than at a basic physical level. Is there, as far as we know, is there magical changes to the physical properties of this place, or is it
many
it
people,
flooded?
many people believe that. But Irina says, I'm sure there's more of a grounded reality to it all.
Either way, Irina, you proved yourself pretty handy with that sword last time. So whatever we come up against, you with that sword, me with this spear, and that kid with her werewolf stuff will be fine.
When you mention the Burgomaster sword that she used, she lights up. Her face glows. Her eyes get wide, and she has an energy coursing through her. You don't see too much from Irina. She's always a little bit more reserved. It was incredible. I could feel my father guiding my hand. It wasn't like it spoke to me or anything like that. She looks to Rufus, kind of motioning towards the sun sword, knowing that you have maybe felt inklings. She's like, it just felt right that I held it.
It is your legacy, part of your
Yes.
noble blood. That what makes you special.
It must be. All this time, you were using it, she laughs.
It's just a fine blade.
Yeah. Well, I will keep that in mind, and it will be my go-to weapon now. No more short sword. And but she says, I'll keep it. It is silvered. So, at this point, maybe dinner comes to an end. The Mardikovs bid you farewell. Davian is going to go to sleep. He's gonna retire, and he says, if you do go back to Vallaki, tell my son we got the gem. I'm going to try to send ravens out very soon, but I want to make sure that we can turn around the crop first. I don't want to, send any news. No, don't get any people's hopes up. But if we can make this work and turn around the winery, wine will be flowing for all of Barovia. You've done a service to this place.
That's why we came here in the first place. We came to Barovia to keep the grape
wine
moving.
flowing. Yes, good.
It's what Madame Ava tasked us with. Us coming here and making sure the vineyards are vineyarding.
Oh, that damn Vistani. Oh, I mean, sorry.
For the worst.
That damn woman. All right. I'm going to bed, you kids. And that's
Yes,
it.
so that's-
Going to bed.
we'll
So
take a
right now
long
it's
rest.
yeah, you could take a long rest. Take a long rest.
My sleep is somewhat disturbed in my long rest.
Really?
I can't sleep. I feel a power has come to me that must be used.
How does this come to you? In like, is it like a dream or are you awake? Do you feel this in your?
I'm awake, but I see visions.
Oh, what do you see?
Dogs, and wolves. They run at me and then they disappear in the mist.
Oh,
And the mist is then dissipated by a shining light of a reflection on water. As the wolves run towards me, there's suddenly a river, a light, and it's gone. And I find myself standing up, and I'm heading to where Camilla is. And I'm gonna see if she's awake.
sleeping soundly.
Hmm.
You standing like over her bed, essentially.
The door to the room.
Oh, the door. Oh, okay,
Yeah.
gotcha. Yeah. So you go up maybe up to one of the spare bedrooms where she's taken her rest.
Right.
You get to the door. It's cracked open. She'd like to leave. She like to leave like the hall light on, essentially.
Okay. I feel called to like say a word,
Mhm.
do a little movement, and say, Gwaindire. I've never uttered those syllables before. Very confused.
What is the word exactly? Can you say Gwaindire?
Gwaindire.
Gwaindire. Just like Michelle's internet. She is Gwaindire.
Nope, that was Tim's.
It was Tim. Him.
Wow, it's
He's back,
usually
though.
me.
I'm back, baby. It's all good. We're good. I'm good.
Well, I was just
It's
saying,
fine.
Michelle said right at the beginning, and we got on today, that something was going on with her internet.
Is everyone
Both
in
of
the
us.
right box?
We are. But Michelle was saying something's going on with their internet tonight, and I was like, oh, all right, I guess, And I'm not watching Zoom ever. Like, Zoom is usually not up on my screen. But I was, I heard the sound, and I was like, oh, I guess Michelle was right. Nope. It was Tim. What'd you do, Tim? Did you click the wrong button?
Nah, just my Zoom cycled. I don't know why.
Okay.
But
Classic. So, you go into the room, Rufus. You utter these words, Gwaindire. Not sure what exactly it means, what the word would even resemble here. And you could feel like a radiant force, similar to that of, honestly, the Sun Sword. It's not like the same. It's not the Sun Sword, and that kind of like almost spoke to you, but you feel like something has penetrated the mist. Something has come from the outside to you.
I take a step forward almost involuntarily. And I said again louder, Gwaindire Alafa.
Oh. And the words, almost unrecognizable to you before, flow as if it was a native tongue. and you can feel that radiant energy emanating from you towards Camilla. She's asleep, though.
She's still asleep.
Still asleep.
Hmm.
Are you going to go into the room?
I have to ponder this.
Okay.
I back out.
Mm-hmm.
And I try and go back to sleep.
Okay, so you get out of the room. By the time you get back to your quarters, your room, that feeling of like, you know, that energy that you feel within is dissipated a bit. It's faded. But
Okay.
you do feel like the Gwaine Lord has spoken to you. And perhaps this was an important task for you. So much so the Gwaine Lord penetrated the mists of Barovia to speak to you directly in this way.
This could be why I'm here. Why I've been sent here. Maybe
Nice.
Strahd is but a sideshow.
Oh, maybe. The Gwaine Lord works in mysterious ways, they say.
Mm-hmm.
This will keep you up a little bit. You might stay up for another half hour or so, restless, but eventually sleep will come over you. You can take your long rest. The rest of you, anybody have any weird visions or dreams?
I will spend part of the night dreaming about the staff that I was almost done completing. So I'll wake
Yeah.
up and finish working on it.
Yeah, so maybe you take your 4 hours, you get a little shut-eye, you get up and you maybe do some of like your morning ritual a little earlier, get up, get moving, and you have all the parts that you've constructed so far, the rod, the end pieces, and you have the Gulthias tree pieces, the splinters.
Yes. So the staff had a form that I made out of just common wood. There's a clasp on top, and there was an orb on top of the clasp. What I'm going to do is I'm going to fuse the Gulthias splinters around the wood in a spiral
Ooh, I like that.
to imbue that with magic. And then my intention with the orb was to channel the power that Sir Raphael gave me into the orb to give it some magic.
Mm-hmm.
And I expected the orb to kind of be pure white from the celestial magic. But because of the kind of corruption of Barovia, it's a bit of a cloudy gray.
I like that a lot. Yeah, everything here has a little bit of a twinge of darkness to it, so
Yeah.
that kind of makes sense. And even your patron, it could.
And I made a crude drawing of the staff.
Oh, you did that,
I did.
dude. That's great.
Yeah.
I didn't know you were an artist.
I guess I am.
You are.
Well, I can be. I draw. I like to draw.
I love it. That's great. Can you actually post that in Discord? Can you take a picture of it and throw it in the Curse of Strahd Discord chat?
Right now?
If you
Or
want.
after the... Can I do it after the session?
Yeah, you could do it after the session.
Okay.
Yeah,
I'll
make
do it
them
after
wait
the session,
a little bit.
But yes.
Make them wait. Yeah, make them wait a little bit.
I might even make a better one.
Okay. Fair
Yeah.
enough.
Yeah,
Fair
yeah,
enough. Yeah. You know, Michelangelo, it took him more than a day to paint the Sistine Chapel, you know. I love it. Can you show it one more time, though, just so we can get a better look at it?
Oh, and there's a grip. That's where I hold it.
Oh, okay. So, yeah, because otherwise the thorny parts would be on your hand.
Yes, the Gulthias splinters.
So I'm looking at it on Zoom now, because obviously you look at OBS a lot. Is that in color as well?
It's just like a thin brown marker.
Brown. Okay, gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Man.
So, yeah.
Can't wait to see that on Discord.
Cool.
Where can you find Discord, Stefano? Where can you find our Discord?
In the description.
Oh yeah. Whoops.
After you
It's
hit the
over there.
like and subscribe button.
It's always there. CJ,
I don't know. I just go to Discord and I know where it is.
That's right. All right, cool. Excellent. Okay, so yeah, you're working on this and you craft it throughout the night. We've already discussed the crafting section. It was down in the downtime, but we're role playing it that it's happening now. So excellent. By the morning time, you'll have the staff created, and it's up to you how you want to introduce it to the group. But for now, you're working, you're toiling, burning that midnight oil. Michelle, I assume Dione is like a dog when they're asleep, like pretending to run, whimpering.
Yeah, I would say, maybe generally Dione has a pretty like tough time. Like, some dogs like wag their tails and run in their sleep, but generally, like Dione in her sleep, she'd be like curled up really tight in a ball, and then sometimes she'd whimper and cry, and then sometimes she'd like yell out, like let out little yelps, as if she's like frightened or being attacked. But tonight, you see that Dione is sleeping very soundly and very peacefully, like a dog who's just spent like 10 hours at the park or running on the beach and is now just exhausted and is sleeping the good sleep, after like a really nice day. And so Dione's just like sprawled out. I guess no, she's not in her canid form. Anyway, whatever. She's sprawled out, just like hair all over the place and just like snoring, tongue lolling out, just very, very deep, peaceful sleep.
And well earned, because you have controlled your lycanthropy for the first time. This is a big moment. So I know it has been more than a day since the full moon. I think it's been 2 days since the full moon, but it's the first time maybe you had to actually like really come to grips with it, because everything was on the move. It was like you were exiled from Kresk. You headed towards the Wizard of the Winery right away. You went on their quest to the Yester Hill, fought the Druids, Strahd. Like this is the first time you really get a chance to like take it all in. So I assume that's why you're sleeping soundly.
Yes. And if we recall, like, Dione's basically like life goal ever since she was very, very little was to learn to master the curse. Not necessarily to get rid of it, but to master it. And so it's like in the last 48 hours, like her life goal has come to fruition. So now it's like a profound level of satisfaction that she has truly never experienced before in her existence. And so now it's like she feels that there is a possibility of a future that she can actually hope for, as opposed to feel scared and anxious about.
Yeah.
So, yes.
And now getting out of Barovia means that much more.
Yes, exactly. Maybe going back to the family clan, the Ironsages, and teaching others, what she learned, and restoring the Ironsages to their former glory. You never know. Anything is possible now. Now she has hope.
If Rufus heard this, he would say it's probably the Gwain Lord's purpose for sending you here.
Well, I don't know if he would say that, but it could be the Gwain Lord's purpose. I don't know that.
Perhaps.
Laurent, you're sitting alone in your room in the vineyard, the whatchamacallit. There's a word that it's escaping me. Every time we play, I know this word, but there's a word for like the house on a vineyard. What is it, please? Somebody tell me.
Villa.
The villa. Thank you. My gosh. The villa. You're here in the villa, and you're in your room. Okay. Again, these are like spare bedrooms that the Mardikovs have. There's an extended family. Lots of them have stayed here in the past, prior to the family rift between Davian and his son, Erwin. But now you're here in one of these spare rooms, and you've got your gear and everything set up. You're ready to go for tomorrow. But you feel a little bit of a tug towards your lockbox, your chest.
Yes.
Where would you keep that typically if you were like, staying somewhere? Would it be out? Would it be in your pack? Where would you keep it?
If we're like staying in a place overnight, probably normally in my pack, but certainly if we're staying out, keep it a little bit separate from the pack, but like in my contained, my pile of stuff.
Okay, so maybe it's like out in the open in this case, and then it draws your gaze. So you look towards it, and a memory comes back, that of you and your mother. Maybe, I don't know, a happy one. Maybe you can decide it. Maybe it's something in the house, baking, something like that. Or maybe it's frolicking out in the fields or behind your home. You can decide the memory per se, but that memory comes back to you. It's a happy one of you and your mother, one that since you were so young when you left, or when you were parted from her, you don't really remember her much more than just like the images.
So just to. Yeah, so this memory of my biological mother, and us is kind of doing what a mother and a young child like below 4 would do. But it's I don't remember what I was like when I was 4, but neither does Laurent. But like a clear memory, right? Like you have these at least like imprinted memories on that, like whether they're real or not, they're meaning for you as a child, and that's what I'm thinking about as I look at this lockbox and I think about what's inside it and what it means to me and my connection to my biological parent, Laurent's biological parent.
Yeah, and your mother certainly is someone that you've thought about quite a lot over the years. As you got older, maybe less so, but that was the only real connection you had biologically to that of family members, right? Biological family members, the only one you really remember. And the box, it keeps calling to you, so it wants you. You feel an inclination to open up, look at those old letters yet again. Do you want to describe how it works, how you would open the box?
Yeah, I think I figured this out once when I was a youth, if you will. And the locking mechanism is somewhat kind of funky, and it took me a while for a long time. I had this box, I couldn't open it, and then as a youth, at some point, I had, pricked the finger on the locking mechanism, or whatever you hang it. Either way, there was some blood on my finger, and I touched the lock, and it sprung open. And inside is where I got my Tarot deck from. But there was also some letters from my mother, and a picture of her in a locket, and a vial of like lavender kind of stuff. But like those are all my earthly collections from my mother that I know of, and my Tarot deck, that's where it comes from.
Okay, gotcha. Oh, this is the one that you draw even in battle.
Yeah.
Gotcha. And just I might have missed it. I was distracted for a sec. How do you open that box?
I think in this particular instant tonight, while we're staying here in this villa, I would use my cool new spear that talks to me. I would prick my finger on the end of it and use that to open the lock.
On the blood spear.
On the blood spear.
It's not. We call it the cool spear that gives good advice.
Yeah, and the blood spear. The blood spear. You don't hear the barbarian like Conan come to you in this moment.
Yes, talk to your mother.
But it's like, the weapon is so hefty, right? It's like a huge, like weapon. It's bigger than an average spear, but I would say it's not necessarily like that of like a halberd or something like that. It's not as unwieldy as that, but the blade end of it, the spear tip is devastating, right? So you tap to the top of it, and you maybe even underestimated how sharp it was, but the blood starts to plop down onto the ground. You cut open your finger pretty good. You get the blood, put it into the keyhole, right, where someone might think a key goes, but really you fill it with a few drops of the blood, and it opens. You look back fondly at these memories, and maybe you fall asleep with the thought of your mother in your head.
Love that. Laurent falls asleep happily, and
you stop the bleeding as well.
Yeah, I bleed out in my sleep. Like Laurent was so young when his mother had left him at
the orphanage. Uh-oh, Tim, you froze. He's frozen. Look at him. All right, hopefully he doesn't.
Wow.
Oh, there he is.
There he is.
We're good.
Andrew,
Back.
were you going to say something?
I was just curious what the spear made of that blood.
Yeah, actually. Let's see. There might be something.
The spear knows that I love my mother very much.
let's see. There is the spear. I sent you the spear, correct, Tim? I think I did. Yeah.
You said I think last time we just said like put it in as a spear and the stat block for now, and we didn't go further than.
Oh, I didn't actually. Okay. Okay. So even though I know you're not like wielding it, right? You're not causing hit point damage and things like that. You do get the sense that when the spear pricks you, it does do more damage than you had thought. Like you meant to maybe make a tiny little prick, like you might use your dagger for in the past to get the blood. And this thing it almost feels like it wants to go deeper, like to cut you further. You don't allow it to, obviously. You get the sense that it's thirsty for the blood. And you also get the sense that if you weren't careful, you could easily have an accident with this where you could like lop off your hand or maybe like lop off somebody's or just spear through some enemy with ease. But it's craving it. It wants that. That's the feeling you get when you do it.
It doth not care from whence the blood flows, only that it flows.
Yeah. It's corn from 40K. Yeah, exactly. It's the god of blood.
Noted. Next time we'll stick with the dagger.
Yeah. Though we'll see. Next time you use it on a target, an enemy, we'll see what it does. If I have it right here, I'll let you know. I think it's more fun to not tell you until it happens.
No, it's totally fine. I just need one more innocent person in front of me. Maiko was already an accidental target, and you put one more civilian between me and 20 feet or throwing range, and it's like spears coming out. So.
Yeah. All right. Excellent. Okay. So you know what? I'm going to tell you right now. I think everyone here, point of inspiration. Everybody's level up and downtime, totally worth it. Point of inspiration for everybody. Cool. And Rufus, are you at full right now, inspiration?
I am. Yeah, I can't.
I'm gonna allow one additional for temporarily for the roleplay.
Thank you, Bob.
When it goes down to below 3, though, you'll be back to 3 is your temporary. 3 is your maximum.
Got it.
See, Andrew had a couple of posts on Discord, I think, that like bumped you, like give you a buffer. So yeah, we don't want to. I don't want to penalize you in this moment, but
he's just gonna save it all for the last episode anyway.
I should start using some. I haven't used hardly any.
Yeah, there's no reason not to use it. Yeah,
you're not gonna get any inspiration from me as the bard, so you better save it.
Right.
It's like when you hoard all the items in like an RPG and then use them on the last boss, and you have too many of them.
Yeah,
that's what I do.
Yeah, or when you hoard too many and then you get another one and you're like, oh shoot, my pack is full. Now I have to throw away one of these precious things that
all
I was
the
saving.
time.
I'm over encumbered. It's the worst.
I'm moving at half a mile per hour. Yes,
the Statric armor is so good, but it's so heavy. What do I do?
I guess we're crawling, guys.
All right. All right, so you wake up, morning time, you come together. All of you had a weird night in some way, shape, or form. But Irina, Camilla, the 4 of you are ready to depart. Where do you want to go? Is it straight to Rictavio's tower?
Yeah, that seems like a good starting point to start there and see if Rictavio's there, and if not, then we can go on to the drowned village.
Yeah.
Great, excellent. All right, so
show
here we
the
go.
Map again.
Yeah, we should go to the map. Let's turn to Roll20. And I can put up the map. I have too many tabs open right now. Let me just grab... Here it is. Perfect. So you should see the map of Barovia coming up now. Correct?
Got it.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
So yeah, you're at the Wizard of the Wines, which is the W right here. Right? That's the villa. You can go back to Lake Baratok, where the tower is. You're not going back to Kresk, so you'll head kind of this way and get back to the tower. Just so we know, generally speaking, the swamps are here. the pink circle we've had on the map for a while. You don't know where you're going, but this is like the area of Birez. And I think the only other areas that you said you might need to go back to Vallaki at some point. That's over here. But I think you're right. The tower is probably the first stop. So we'll get there. All right, so you head to the Tower of Vallaki. The Tower of Octavio. Now you know his name is truly von Richten. And it's going to take you most of the day to travel there, so you'll get there probably towards the nighttime. Dione, you don't even need to give me a check here. No one needs to give me a check. As you get close enough to the tower, you can smell, sense, even see many footprints on the ground. Werewolves are abound. Sends a little chill up Rufus's spine. But you get eventually to the island, or I guess the land bridge that connects the island from the lake, and you can see tracks all over the place. If anyone would like to learn more information, take a survival check if you'd like to attempt it.
Sure.
Yeah, definitely.
I got a 15.
A 15. Great. Excellent. Looks like Dione's nose is stuffed up.
Would Dione
Yeah,
get
I guess so.
advantage for tracks?
If her nose is not stuffed up.
Well, it's definitely stuffed up, unfortunately.
But Canas, you
Where's
rolled
the
high
boundary
enough. So
between
Yeah.
player and character?
there is no boundary. You are your character. Stefano, Canas looks at the ground. You do the classic like Aragorn. You pick up some dirt, smell it, maybe taste it. That didn't help you, but
yeah. Mm.
these tracks are fresh, and it looks as though there are about 10 to 12 unique footprints that you could tell.
Okay. What sort of creature do they look like?
They do look like they are like bare feet, humanoid, bare feet. But it's very possible that these could be the werewolves that Dione smelled.
Now, are they like you're barefoot, or are they feet of a bear?
No, they are humanoid feet. Humanoid feet. That's like a joke that I would tell in my class.
Well,
Their arms.
we spend a lot of time playing
I know.
D&D and Disc together.
Yeah. So, yeah, you can tell that there's a pack around here, no doubt. And it looks fresh, like they may have been here just hours ago. So, maybe time wasn't on your side. The tower itself looks pretty quiet. You don't see any lights on. All of the doors and rafters look like they have been locked, boarded up. I think we mentioned that during the battle that you had here, there were like barricades, like there was items by the door. Maybe even like there was sort of precautions taken. And you get to the front door, and there's that strange locking mechanism where you can't get in unless you do the Macarena, right? You have to do one of those the movements. So that's where you are right now. You get to the front of the door here, and the tower looks dark. I'm not going to have you act it out, but I see Michelle did it already. So if you want to open the door, activate the magical door, you can. I won't make you have to do it.
Dione, perform the ritual to open the door quickly.
All right,
Dione
so Dione,
immediately gets to work. Whatever it was, I don't remember.
it was like the YMCA basically. You get into the routine, the ritual. You follow the sign, the circular sign on the door. Camilla looks up at the place, goes, "Looks like nobody's home."
Well, maybe there's if Rictavio left, maybe he left at least a note behind. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And
let's poke around.
you open the door. The seal, the magical seal, shuts off, opens. And inside, you see it's very, very disorganized. There were crates here, like supplies, things like that. It looks like a lot of the supplies have been used up. Discarded pieces of food, the crates themselves, the pieces of the crate, the wood of the crates, looks like they've been ripped open. You go upstairs, you go up to the lift that they have in the first floor. You can take it. It looks like a lot of the things that have been here, items, furniture, have either been discarded down below or have been maybe destroyed or removed. It looks like this place is kind of either trashed or they're doing their best to leave. Though you get all the way to the top where Rictavio's quarters were. This is where you found the suit of armor and the shrunken head, things like that. It's dark up here. Pitch black. The elevator stops.
I have Devil Sight.
Oh, very nice. What's your passive perception?
I don't think it's that. Well, 15. It's not terrible.
It's not terrible. In fact, it's actually pretty good. Not good enough.
Well, yeah, we did see that roll, by the way.
Yeah, no, I did it. I did it out in the open. Canas, as soon as the lift comes to a halt, you can see through your devil sight contents of this room. Bed still remains. There's like a fireplace. There's a table with scattered papers. Generally speaking, though, a lot of the furniture looks like it's been removed. You also see a circle on the floor, like magical runes in a circle on the floor. And then you're tackled, pinned to the ground. Everybody else here, similarly, you're pushed out of the way. You can hear the sound of blade unsheathing. And you hear Esmeralda's voice. What fools not to alert us of your presence. I could have killed you. The pressure on your neck relieves, and you see Esmeralda standing on her one leg, her one good leg. And she hobbles
Esmeralda,
off of you.
Why is it so dark in here?
She sheathes her sword, and maybe one of you might reach for a light source. Maybe even Irina or Camilla goes to get the lantern out. And she says, no. Keep the lights off. I believe the wolves think that we've gone. And Rictavio says, they can be fooled for a little bit, but they'll be back once they get our scent.
We did see tracks on the way here. They were pretty fresh within an hour.
Sounds about right, he says. He looks at all of you and he says, friends, I'm glad that you came. Though you didn't listen to me. You should have been in Kresk right now. We were about to come find you.
Yeah,
you're no longer welcome in Kresk.
That was an incident.
An incident. Remind me, Tim, you cannot see in the dark, right?
Can't see a thing. I'm a simple human, and I am blind.
I also can't see anything.
Rufus can't see anything. Yeah, I knew you couldn't, but I wasn't sure if you had some sort of like magical ability, Tim. But Laurent can't see. Neither can Rufus. Dione, you can see in the dark vision that you have. And of course, Canas, your true sight. Camilla can't. Neither can Irina. So right now it's very hard. It's pitch black. All the windows have been shut, covered, and sealed as best as they can. And Dione, they must have done a good job, even though now you can smell them. They've even made it so that from outside you didn't pick up their scent. So they prepared pretty well. But yeah, your eyes will adapt a little bit better. Everybody else, like the humans, but there's very little light in here. Your eyes will only adapt so far. Whatever, maybe there is a tiny bit of light entering through a crack of the windows, whatever light remains, or moonlight as the night goes on. But it's pitch black in here. Okay. Feel free to discuss. Oh, and for those who can see, I wanted to describe to you Rictavio, because the only time you've really seen him was when he was in disguise, right? You saw him when he was Rictavio, the minstrel, the traveling troop master. But now you see him in his normal gear, and I'll describe it if I can. Thought I had a handout here. Oh, I know why. Never mind. Here. Yeah. Okay, so they only have him listed as Rictavio, but I'll share the artwork again. So, instead of wearing the colorful clothes and that of the bard that he played, the role he played, he's wearing much more earthen tones, leathers, boots, things like that. He has these iconic, like almost like bottle cap glasses, and he looks so much healthier than you last saw him. You saw him in the dungeons where he was basically at the lowest level, near death, and now he is healed. He's he didn't tackle really per se. That was Esmeralda that was like doing the fighting. He did draw a weapon, a blade from his cane, but he didn't attack. He didn't fight. He looked a little slower on the draw, and now that he, Esmeralda seems to have him both in youth and maybe in health. But he's far healthier than you last saw him. So, is everything all right? You're here, he says. You're here and not in Kresk.
We were in Kresk. It was a whole thing. This is neither here nor there. Whatever happened to your tiger? You had a tiger for a while.
Yeah, that's right. Unfortunately, the tiger has been lost. Vallaki, do you recall the battle? Your friend, you turned into a crab.
Yes. Yeah, those were strange times. Yeah.
It was the elf, the dusk elf, he says.
That's right.
Yes.
That's right.
The tiger fell in battle.
I'm sorry for
your
your
faithful
loss.
companion. Saved my life, though. I wouldn't have been able to survive that battle without it. Although it did get me taken prisoner. He looks off to the side. You notice he's got some unique mannerisms. Like he talks to himself a lot, refers to himself and his friends. Kind of like instead of saying me and you, he would say your name. But he's got some quirks to him. But yeah, he sits down on the bed and says, "We have to leave here soon. Esmeralda and I are no longer safe. It seems that the werewolves have tracked us here, and although we've done our best to hide our scent, it's only a matter of time before they get their leader, Hero, and lay siege to the tower again."
We're going to the swamps, Rictavio. To the drowned village. Would you like to come with us?
Berez, he says.
Indeed, yes.
Well, that sounds like a fun adventure for all of you. I don't know that I could make the trip. He points to his chest. His breathing isn't as good as it once was. Being in those dungeons, it seems that the dank conditions affected me greatly. I'll need more time to recover before I can make a trip of that length.
Where do you want to recover?
I'm not quite sure. I was thinking of going back to Vallaki, although I'm not a fan of the new rulers.
Perhaps you can stay with the Dusk Elves. We have
your friend, the Dusk Elf.
An ally among them, yes.
The wizard, the crab.
Yes, outside of Vallaki.
Casimir.
Casimir, he says it, the name rolls off his tongue. Casimir. He's trying to maybe recall information. Esmeralda says, he does this all the time. He'll say, I've heard of that before. I read about it in a book. Go ahead. Do you want to tell them where you've heard of Casimir from before? He goes, I can't quite place it yet, but give me a moment. Give me a moment. He kind of leans back on the bed. He's looking up into the air. If you can't see, if you don't have really good eyesight right now, he kind of, his voice fades as you can tell he's laying down. But you don't see him. She says, I can barely see anything in here. She says, this is ridiculous. Can you finish your circle and teleport us out of here? He says, soon. I need to rest more. She says, I'd say we make a run for it, but look at him.
Octavio, do you have formal training in the arcane arts?
I dabble, he says.
What is that? Okay, never mind. You know what? I don't need any answers. Don't bother.
Esmeralda will
That's-
maybe finish the answer for you. She says, somewhat, yes. And I've learned a little from him. Not much, and it's a bastardized version of every spell you've ever heard of, but we know enough to get by. She looks at you, Laurent, but you don't see her. I guess you hear her voice.
Yeah.
All right, you know what? She's gonna light a candle. Okay, a very small candle, because I don't want to have to keep describing this way. She's like a little candle, just a tiny little one, maybe burned down close to the end of the wick. And she says, "Yeah, this is fine. They're not even outside right now." And he says, "Be careful, be careful." They bicker almost like a married couple at this point. She says he's used much of his life dedicated to hunting creatures of the night, supernatural beings that are a monstrosity, an abomination to our life. Werewolves, vampires, she says. She lets that one linger a bit. It's always been his dream to come here and defeat the greatest vampire of them all.
We have allies among the werewolves too, just for the record. I know that you've got some unfriendly relations with these guys outside, but there's some okay ones. Just
She looks to Dione and she says, "And I know that within each group, there's good and evil." She kind of nods towards you, Dione.
Dione nods back vigorously.
Speaking of von Richten's desire to dispose of Strahd, one of the things we came here to discuss was the fact that you seem to have an idea of how to get rid of him for good.
"Yes," he says, still laying down on the bed. "The heart of sorrow." He says it almost melodically, like it came from a song.
Tell us the secret in case you do not escape the vampires.
He laughs, and that causes him to cough like I'm about to. Octavio and I are kind of the same. He coughs, and he says, "It came to me when I was studying another creature, an evil monstrosity. Are you familiar with the term lich?" He says. Kind of opens it up to the floor.
Would I have to roll for that?
I'll let your character decide. I think actually, Canas, I would say you know.
Yeah,
I would say
think
you
so.
know. I'll let
I would
you decide for your character if you know what a lich is.
I don't know what a lich is. I haven't heard that term.
They're a creature that used dark magic to preserve themselves. Maybe once a great wizard, sorcerer, that gets that call, that feeling to live on beyond their natural means.
I've never heard the word lich and thought something good. So I'm worried about where you're going with this.
Well, liches have a peculiar way of preserving themselves. They take a piece of them, in essence, part of their spirit, dare I say soul, and they remove it, place it somewhere safe.
I believe
This isn't
it's
that
called
important.
a phylactery.
Exactly, he says. Now he sits up in bed. Esmeralda rolls her eyes. He's very dramatic. She's like, "Oh, here we go." You know. Exactly, he says. A phylactery. I thought, if I were a being as eternal as the devil that we speak of, and many years, many people have tried to dispose of him, then there needs to be some sort of a safeguard, because it's impossible for him to be all powerful, all knowing. Otherwise, he would be God himself.
He is
So there had
no
to be
god.
something.
He said
He
so
is no
himself
god.
in his journal, not a god to be worshipped.
Exactly. His own words. Good. So then I assumed there must be something. Quick. And then I was reading about the phylactery of a lich. And although I knew this, it was one of those moments an epiphany came to me. He must be doing something similar. Now, I've heard rumors. I've dedicated the better part of my life to tracking him down, finding him, and rooting out this evil. So much so that that's how I came to come upon Esmeralda. She's nearly killed me once or twice. We've had our differences, but I think that every experience that I've had has led me to this point. There was a song that I remember. A song that the Vistani would sing. And the song had a lyric in it. And he starts to speak the lyric. And I think, am I correct, Rufus? Did you
I
hear him
heard
in his sleep? Yeah.
Yeah.
He starts to say it, and Rufus, you heard it. What are the lyrics? Do you have the note by any chance to you there? Can you look at it? I don't know if you took that note down, but
I've got that, yeah.
Yeah. So he starts to speak the song. All right. So
Yep.
I have it.
A bell that rings without sound. The heart, his heart.
Yep. So he starts to sing it, right? He starts to sing the song with the melody, and you finish the song, remembering it from what he said. And he looks to you curiously. You've heard this song?
You spoke it to me when you were injured and I was healing you.
This is why it's important not to get captured. He looks at all of you. You might blab out things that shouldn't be said. But now he looks very seriously at you. He says, that is what tripped me off. There have been songs, rumors, an idea that there is a heart separate. The castle itself having a heart like a bell echoing through the castle. I pored over tomes, searched for this, and found one old text from an ancient Barovian wizard that stated that in the castle there is a heart of sorrow, one that ties the Dark One's magic to Strahd. It can't be coincidence that the Vistani sing of these songs, and that a powerful dark being like that wouldn't have some safeguard against a powerful adventurer getting lucky. And he looks to you, Rufus, seeing that you have the sun sword at your hilt. And he looks and he says, sings a song, one more verse of the song, talking about the bell ringing, the heart pounding. And Laurent, last night, this was a song that you were sort of humming to yourself as you opened your lockbox and looking at your mother's letters. She would hum this song to you when you were a child. You didn't have the lyrics. The melody is the same.
Yikes. Rick Tabby, I got a follow-up question for you. How sure are you that there's how sure are you that this is the right philanthropy?
Phylactery.
That's the one. Is it possible to be more than one? And like, how does one even make a phylactery in the first place?
All my knowledge of the ancient beings here, the dark magic that Strahd took from the Amber Temple, and he knows, it seems like Esmeralda maybe filled him in on some of your journey, is that there's always going to be some sort of a price when you use magic like that. There's a reason why not only can he not die, but also that he is tied here to this land. He is just as much a prisoner here as you all are. It would make sense that he cannot end his own time here. just as much as you could not end his without finding out the secret. I believe that somewhere in that castle, the castle itself ties him here. I don't know what this artifact is, whether it's some sort of a canopic jar, some sort of an urn, whether it's large or small, but it's something.
Why could he not simply move the artifact to another land?
He wouldn't have power over it. It's the Dark One's power over him. It took a part of him, which is why he is so powerful, which is why he claims to be the land, is because it is here. And we're going to find it. And he stands up and gets a little dizzy and then sits right back down. Esmeralda says, now you've overdone it again. Look at him, all dramatic.
Okay. So,
Laurent? Sorry,
what is
did
your...
you want to say something, Laurent?
I think Canas is probably going to say the same thing. Like, how do you propose we find this thing, this jar within a castle? We tried to go into the castle once, and it famously didn't go super well.
Because of the song and because of the symbolism, I believe it has to be something that resembles a heart. I don't think it's something we will be able to know until we see it.
I don't mean to sound like a negative Nancy. I think we've got some serious wins here in the column, and I want to look at Rufus's sword, and we've got the Burgomaster's sword. Like, things are going relatively well. Are you suggesting that we bet beating Strahd on a lullaby and recognize a thing when we see it hidden deep within Strahd's fortress?
Well, when we kill Strahd, we'll have plenty of time to find this object.
But isn't the whole point of the...
He doesn't come back straight away, I imagine.
I hope not.
Remember, Aral, there was some time where there was hope.
Oh, you're right. Oh. So if we kill Strahd first, then find the factory, we're good.
That could be one. Or we could split
Yeah,
when we get there.
that'll be great.
Yes.
Maybe
Okay.
we should find the heart together.
Perhaps the woman in the swamp knows information. That's why we've been sent to her.
You keep talking
It is
about this
possible.
swamp. What are you referring to? Von Richten is really curious here. You can see the curiosity has gotten him.
Well, Madame Ava gave us a riddle to help us. I feel she is also an enemy of Strahd.
Yes, the Vistana. Yes, she's
Yes.
long.
There were 5
Strahd.
parts, one of which was the Sun Sword, one of which was found in Casimir, one of which was found in the book Strahd wrote about himself, in the Amber Temple, and the other one was this: powerful force of good, holy symbol of great hope. Dead village drowned by a river, ruled by one who has brought evil into this world.
Brought evil into this world. He echoes the words. Esmeralda again rolls her eyes. She says, and did Madame Ava's reading bring you these items? Were they true?
Yes. Our
So
handle
you
of
have
sons.
the sword to kill him, you have the book to know him, and you have a dusk
Maybe
elf
ally.
to elf him?
Yes. That's the case.
Well, what's the other piece? You said there were 5.
Symbol of good, a holy symbol.
A holy symbol.
A holy symbol of great hope.
Von Richten, his eyes bulge. He looks towards Esmeralda. The holy symbol of Ravenkind.
What is this?
Haven't we seen that?
No, you haven't seen that.
Okay.
It said that there was a powerful symbol, a Ravenloft symbol. Priests would use it. It was like a cleric's totem. Like you with your Gwaine Lord, right? You have a focus, a magical focus. It's that.
Yes. Oh,
Yes.
interesting.
But before the Dark Ones took control of this land, of a time before Strahd turned.
Local deity, so to speak.
They say that this powerful artifact could keep even him at bay.
The true master of the land, the true
His
god of this
ancestors,
land.
the power of his ancestors, yes. Again, he's getting very exaggerated, very into it. This may be what we need. And to answer your question, Rufus, no, Laurent, that's your name. Laurent.
We all kind of look the same. It's a Vistani thing.
I'm no fool. I've destroyed countless creatures of the night. Vampires, werewolves, ghouls. Pretty much anything you could think of, I've faced it before. And I didn't do it on a hunch. I studied. I prepared. I'm always prepared.
I don't mean
Of
to doubt
course.
your expertise, but I feel like a lot of people have tried to best Strahd over and over.
Not me. Not yet. Not us. And he looks to all of you.
Not
We can
I.
do this.
I love your enthusiasm.
Not you.
I have faith that it may work this time.
The heart is key. Now, there's a couple of things that we have to do to prepare. I wanted to leave, but I don't know how much I can really stay on my feet yet. But Esmeralda and I need to get out of here. I know that you are friends with the Keepers of the Feather, so you know Erwin, Danica, their family, the Martikovs.
Ah, yes, let's take you to the Wizards of the Wine. We just rescued that place. We found one of the stones that they used to grow the vine.
I don't think I need to go to the Wizards. I need to speak to Erwin, but I was trying to get close to Erwin when I was stationed at his inn. Unfortunately, I never got the time to get very close. Just, I know that from my research that he is the keeper of the leader of the keepers. So I need to speak with him, and perhaps you can be my introduction. Esmeralda has filled me in on some of your exploits. Emil, the reason why the wolves are not here right now, he recovered quicker than I did. It's his natural healing. He looks to Dione, just like you know. He dragged them off in a different direction just earlier today. I don't doubt that he's done his job, but if I were to try to get out of here on foot, it's perhaps the weakest of the ideas. So we're going to teleport out of this place, trying to finish the ritual now. I want to go back to Vallaki, but if this is true, what you've said, that you have a way to kill Strahd, that Madame Ava has, divined these items, then we need them all. And we'll need as many allies as we can. I'm going to seek out your Dusk Elf friend when I'm at Vallaki, and I'll look for the Keepers of the Feather. We'll organize a true assault.
Yes, excellent.
I have a question about the song. Do we have all the lyrics to the song?
I couldn't find it, but I know that many Vistani know it.
Perhaps
Except for this
you could
one
also
here.
seek out. Perhaps you could also. What do you mean this one?
He motions to Esmeralda.
Oh, Esmeralda, do you know all the words to the song?
I didn't really, wasn't really raised by the Vistani. I got out when I was young. Laurent, perhaps you do?
Laurent is not Vistani.
Everyone seems to believe he is, but he keeps telling us he is not.
He has a resemblance.
Yes.
Uncanny resemblance.
I think we should ask Madame Ava.
Well,
I certainly don't know it. The tune sounds familiar, but in the same way, like, row, row, row your boat sounds familiar. And who knows the words to that one besides row, row your boat?
while
Gently down the stream.
While we seek
Okay,
out
Mr. Scholar.
Merrily, merrily. Merrily, merrily. Life is but a dream.
Okay,
Life is
seems
not
like
a
we
dream.
have all the time in the world to sing songs. But while we're at the swamps of Berez, seeking out this woman in the drowned village, it may take some time. So perhaps you, and I look at Esmeralda, could seek out the Vistani and ask about the lyrics to this song.
I'll do my best, she says. I believe I know who to ask.
it may give us a clue as to where we may be able to find this heart.
I believe I can do that, she says. pretty
It's not
confident.
that hard, Esmeralda. It's just a song.
She nods. I believe I can do that. I'll make sure he gets to Vallaki, and we speak to all the allies that we are going to need. The beacon being lit, I think, will be a boon. Get people on our side.
Would we? I mean, like we knew we did the assault on the castle last time. That like I assume some keepers of the feather were casualties of that assault. Do we know how many, if any, were like deceased versus like injured?
I don't think you do, but
Okay.
they can do a check-in with the Irwin and Danica.
Yeah.
And perhaps Dione, you are friendly with some of the wolves at the den, correct?
Yes, you mentioned Emile. He is someone I would trust with my life.
Yes, perhaps if you and Emile can convince the rest of that pack to join us to overthrow Kirill and Strahd and all of his influence, then perhaps they could be yet another arm that we can use to fight.
Yes, of course. I will do my best. I feel confident that my werewolf allies would be more than happy to help to bring down this evil, this scourge, this vampire. Tuh. She spits on the ground.
And you,
I will speak to them.
good. And you, Irina Kolyana. Maybe the most important task of all. She's like kind of startled. What? The most important task? Yes. Strahd seems infatuated with you. We can use this to our advantage. She looks to the group, but then to Rufus. You mean, like, in what regard? Like bait? And he says, I didn't use that term, but we'll just say to our advantage when we need it. You might be the key to this whole thing. And then he leans back on the bed and looks up at the sky, or the roof. I think I need to rest, he says.
I look at Irina and I say, I for one, do not intend to use you in this way. Perhaps as a last resort.
She nods. I know that there's some part that I'll play in this before it's all over. I hope that good can win out in the end, and that the people here in Barovia can be happy once again. I don't think anyone here is alive that's ever thought that there would be hope for the future. Camilla looks very sad as well, and I just want to make sure that all the kids can grow up like the Gwaindire and have a life ahead of them, a safe place.
This place will be just like the Gwaindire, you'll see.
Good. Esmeralda says, well, we should finish the ritual. She starts to continue on, painting arcane symbols onto the floor. The light snuffs out. And eventually, you'll hear the sound of howling in the background. The wolves are getting close. All right, so what do you do here now? They're working on the ritual. It's going to be a little bit of time. They're working on it. They're trying to teleport to maybe just outside of the city of Vallaki. That's where their goal is. Again, he can't go anywhere with this. He's got to do it once, and he's kind of running out of what's running out of steam. Maybe he's been working at this for a while, but him and Esmeralda will continue to work on it. What do the rest of you do while they're setting up the ritual?
Well,
And are there any other questions? I should be honest. I should let you have the floor. I've said a lot.
Vallaki doesn't seem particularly out of the way to where we need to go. how much longer is this ritual going to take?
Within the hour.
Do we have a map?
Yes.
Like, we
I
have
believe
a
so, yeah.
copy of the map.
I think Irina had one, and
Irina
she
has
took it
one,
from her
yeah.
home. Yeah.
So I'll just go to the group and I'll say, do you think we're better off transporting to Vallaki with them and going to the swamps from there to avoid the pack of wolves? Or,
Yes.
and then I look at Esmeralda and I say, is there a way that we can leave this place without being spotted?
Well, is Rictavio is like dabbling in magic. Is his ritual strong enough to move
All
like
of us.
8 people? Yeah.
It is. Yeah. I think so. I hope so.
Because we have us plus the 2 of them plus like a handful of NPCs.
That's true. There's a total of 6 of you and 2 of them.
Yeah, 8.
Which if you
And,
can do it, fantastic.
Does
but-
Yune count?
No.
yeah.
Okay.
The spell instantly transports you and up to 8 willing creatures of your choice.
Thank God I
Great.
killed Micah. 9 people would never go.
Well,
Okay.
we can teleport out to Vallaki, avoid these werewolves, and then head south.
We did. I mean, Rictavio suggested we do recruit email at some point. Is it easier to wait here for email to come back? Should we connect with email at a later time?
Why would email come here?
He said that Rictavio mentioned that email led the werewolves away. Presumably, he is still in the vicinity. If we completely skedaddle, email. I don't know if we have another way to connect him. Like,
Email was going to try to reunite with his pack.
okay, cool. Never mind.
So he's off. He's not. His plan was to leave and draw them away as he left.
Got it.
Yeah, it was dangerous, but he needs to get back to his pack, and there's a lot of unsettled business that basically he persuaded them to let him go.
Yeah, that's good.
And it gave them the ability to, turn actually like try to like turn the light on, do this ritual, things like that, and they were able to try to do that without pretending they weren't there.
It seems like Vallaki is the best option then.
Okay, so
Uh-huh.
we'll do this. Yeah, the wolves are coming close. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
I don't wish to go into Vallaki. We can deliver him there, and we.
Yes. Totally. So the spell is getting done. The ritual is just about complete. The wolves, you hear them outside. Dione, you can even smell them now at this point. They're maybe coming towards the island's bridge. And the ritual is ready. Rictavio calls all of you into the circle and readies the material components. He's packed everything up that he needs. He's taken things, destroyed other things that he doesn't want people to get. And he's ready to do this. So he'll say the incantation. The magic runes will glow. And a popping sound occurs. The group disappears. If you've never teleported before, which I would bet is most of you, like teleported like this, there's a very uneasy feeling in your stomach when you come up back to the plane here. And you are now outside of Vallaki, maybe just half a mile from the gates. You're in the woods. And, maybe even Camilla wants to like hurl. She's like maybe a little nauseous from it. The rest of you might even feel that nausea, twinge of nausea. But he says, go, get the holy symbol. Go to your swamps and return here to Vallaki. You'll find us or we'll find you, one way or the other. The Blue Water Inn will be our rendezvous.
Good luck.
And thank you.
Same to
Before
you.
we skedaddle completely, can I get like 30 seconds with
Esmeralda.
Thank you,
Esmeralda?
Esmeralda, not Rictavio, Esmeralda.
The
What do you want, Laurent? She's like getting her gear ready on her, Oh, by the way, her horse, I don't know, maybe her horse met her somewhere, like she let it go before they got trapped in there. She maybe is like looking around for her horse. She's like trying to find it. I don't know that she would even think it's here at this point, but maybe she gave it a command to go somewhere. But
It's
she's
the
on foot
Skyrim
right
horse.
now.
It whistles and just shows up wherever you are.
Yeah, she's on foot now.
Esmeralda, if you connect with the Vistani, you mentioned just a moment ago that you yourself left the Vistani when you were quite young. I think you could ask around about any other Vistani who may have, left when they were really young.
Asking for a friend, she says.
Asking for a friend, always.
I'll do what I
The
can.
guy I know. I'd appreciate it. Thank you so much, Esmeralda. And keep Octavio safe.
That is something that, unfortunately, I'm very good at. She smiles at you.
Good. With that, we're off. Good luck with your horse.
All right, so the party leaves. They head towards the gates of Vallaki, or what's left of them, and then the rest of you head south. You have a general idea of where you're going, but the terrain is going to get far more rigorous here at this point. Let me switch over to Roll20 screen here.
Laurent, you were having a conversation with Esmeralda there.
Yeah. I just wanted to send my my sympathies for the lost tiger and hope she finds her horse.
And Rufus, the thing you noticed was her smile that she gave him as they departed. Not sure what the joke was, but she said something, and a very pleasant smile came over her face. She's usually been kind of surly.
She had a very pleasant smile.
Mm-hmm.
Just be aware, it might be wise to avoid any romantic feelings before our quest is complete. They complicate matters.
I could not agree more, and I want to look directly at Irina.
Give me a percentile chance. Maybe there's a 10% chance that she's within earshot of that comment.
Which one of us do you want to roll?
Let's Rufus set his own demise.
63.
Yeah, so she's off in the distance. Maybe she's helping Camilla because she's vomiting from the teleport. So, but you look over at her, and yeah, you make it a point to look directly at her after he says that comment. Yeah.
You know me, Rufus. I'm a lone wolf. I'm a bachelor.
Dione,
Can't
let's
be
see if
contained.
Dione's in earshot of that one. Dione, her ears. Your ears perk up. You hear Laurent say, "I'm a lone wolf."
Well, perhaps not anymore. Not after we have rid this land of Strahd.
Yes, I just stare at Laurent and I do the head tilt.
All right.
Oh,
I'm so
also,
excited. Yeah.
Sorry, after we are, because I imagine, for the teleporting ritual, we were all crammed together in a small space. So while we were in that space, I guess Dione would probably kind of while in proximity with Camilla, get in a not a weird way, but a smell of her, in the sense of does she still smell like wolf-y the way she did before?
Yeah, actually, I think she would. Just like how, the other were-ravens and were-creatures have been able to, even if they don't know, when you first walk into Blue Water Inn, they didn't know you were a werewolf per se, but they knew that there was something off about you. She has a different smell, different pheromones she's given off, different scents than the old Camilla. Yeah, I would say so.
Didn't know if Rufus's little midnight chanting did anything to affect that, but
okay. Michelle doesn't sense anything different, but you certainly don't, and you wouldn't have known that. So yeah, it's totally she smells like the werewolf a bit. When you're in human form, you don't have as much of a scent, but you can tell there's something different about the old Camilla to the werewolf Camilla, and there's a distinction, and it's still there.
Okay, so then yeah, Dione, I guess, is kind of clued into something going on, but not quite sure what. So she just kind of is keeping half an eye on Camilla at this point.
Yeah, you can still sense that she's wolf. Yeah.
I'd like to talk to her real quick.
To Camilla?
Yeah.
Ugh, sorry, I got vomit all over your shoes, Canas.
That's okay. These shoes have been through worse. Camilla, have you had any time to train with those skills with the knife that I taught you back in Crest?
Been trying, yeah, she says. Though, since the night of the hunt, I guess that was, 3 days ago at this point now? I haven't really, I don't know, just have been in the right state of mind, but I want to, yeah. I want to.
Will you be coming with us to the swamps?
Oh, yeah, of course. Definitely. It's tempting to, we're so close to Vallaki, to go see my sister and see if everything's okay, but I don't want to go to the Dusk Elves and attract attention, or I don't know. And you can see that she's maybe holding a little bit of something back. She's not telling you the full truth.
Milla, you're just as much part of the team as the rest of us. If there's something you want to get off your chest, please.
Well, I just don't know how she's going to react to the new me, you know?
Her name's Anna, right?
Mm-hmm.
Camilla, I'm 100% certain that while there may be an initial shock, Anna will be very, very glad to have you back once we finish this quest. I'm sure she misses you dearly.
Yeah, you're probably right, but what if I can't control it and I hurt her?
I promise you that I won't let that happen.
Thank you, Canas. I hope we never have to come to that, but thank you.
We all care for you, and we have Dione to help.
Dione not trying to eavesdrop, but she just nods in agreement from wherever she is.
You can hear him.
I'll even look back. I'll look back, because I know you have great hearing.
Dione nods, makes eye contact.
Well, let's get this symbol and defeat the devil once and for all, and then we'll worry about telling my sister.
Let's go.
So it's nightfall at this point. I don't know if you want to rest or you want to get going first, but it's up to you. There's still time in the night. You can travel. So you want to just go a little bit and see where that takes you?
Yeah, I do, but
I don't think anybody's used any resources, so you don't need a rest for
No.
resource purposes, right?
No.
Okay,
Doing good.
so let's do it. Let's keep going. There's still some nighttime. So you travel through the night. It gets darker and darker. The moon is covered by clouds tonight. The trail hugs the river, you could see here on the map, for several miles. And that's kind of like where you take it. You take the road from Vallaki south. The dirt and grass soon turn to marsh as the trail dissolves into the spongy earth, pockmarked with stands of tall reeds and pools of stagnant water. Clearly, you are in a swamp. The thick shroud of fog covers all. Scattered throughout the marsh, as you get further down into the south region, this is now entering the later hours of the evening. You can see dwellings. There are decrepit dwellings that seem to hunker down in the mire as though they have long since given up on escaping the thick mud. Most of these are covered with black mildew, roofs mostly caved in. Everywhere you look, black clouds of flies dart about, hungry for blood. The fog is much thinner on the far side of the river, where a light flashes amid a dark ring of standing stones. What do you do?
Is it possible to tell us the light look like? Is it does it look like lantern light, or does it look like magical some kind of spell light, like dancing lights or some like using magic.
Give me Arcana check.
Oh boy. So simple. Arcana. It's Nate. It's light.
It doesn't look magical to you.
Okay.
This place is much bleaker than the Great Bosonian March in the Gwaindire. You have lots of lovely birds of all colours there. Here they just have flies.
I can't even imagine marshes in the Gwaindire. I thought it was rolling fields.
The River Gwain flows into a marshland where it expands. And there's
To my knowledge,
color.
To my knowledge, Rufus, everything in Barovia is a little gloomier.
Yes, I should not be surprised. What's that light? Perhaps we should go investigate.
Looking at it, like at where the light was, is there like a clear way to get there without, ending up neck deep in water?
You'll have to, you'll have to cross the marshy river that's here, but it's, it's not, impossible to do so.
Well, those dwellings seem... Perhaps we should investigate a dwelling. Do we have to cross a river to get to one of the dwellings?
Yeah, the area of the river here has... So, like, you can see the path kind of died out, right? There's no path here anymore. So, when I say river, it's more of like a offshoot of the main river. You're, like, not up against the big river anymore. You're not, like, right up against the river. Right. I think it's the River Ivlis. You're not up against it anymore. You are, like, going through one of its many... What do they call those?
Tributaries.
Yeah, exactly. Tributaries. So, you can cross it. There's no check that needs to be made to do it. Do you want to go towards the flashing light?
Yeah.
Let's approach with caution.
Mm-hmm.
Can I just like point my nose in the direction of the light and the weirdness and just sniff and see if I get any sense that are reminiscent of creatures I've encountered in the past, perhaps?
Sure. So I was going to give you advantage on it, obviously, because of your werewolf senses. But this swamp has a lot of smells, and there's a lot of flies, and I feel like they would be distracting to you. So I'm going to give you disadvantage on the scent check. So make it a regular check. It kind of cancels out.
Okay. Sounds good. Wow. All right. I rolled a 3. Wait. What?
Dione, it's a 22.
What? Never mind.
Do you see a 3 somewhere?
On D&D Beyond, it looked like.
Oh, sometimes the dice doesn't always.
Sometimes.
Yeah. Sometimes dice doesn't always line up right, but yeah, it's a 22. It says in roll 20. So.
I accept the 22. All right.
You get the sense of a very dirty, smelly were-raven towards the light.
All right. Under my breath, I will say, they smell like the keepers of the feather. A raven. Interesting. And I'll slowly creep forward. A little bit more, like, confident now, because I know that the keepers of the feather are our allies, our friends.
I'll just turn to Laurent and I'll say, we were just talking about how there are good and bad in each faction. I hope this isn't the bad of the were-ravens.
And imagine a bad were-raven. They've all been so friendly so far.
Fingers crossed.
So
and I'll
you start approaching the flashing light. And now that you get close, it actually ends up being you can see it's a woman. She has a lantern, a hooded lantern, and the light is flashing your direction. And she's very, like you just said, keepers of the feather, were-raven. It's almost comical, right? She's got a very big, like kind of like beaky nose, like dark, wiry hair, kind of shoulder length. She's a woman maybe about the age of 30, and she looks at you and she says, puts the lantern away, clamps it down, puts it away. She says, "Oh, good. You saw my signal. What are you doing here? This
Why
is
are
a
you
dangerous place.
Why are you signaling us?
I was trying to get you. We're about to wander into a dangerous place over there. These are the swamps of Berez. Sorry, where's my manners? Muriel Vinshaw." She extends her hand out to you. Canas.
I'll shake it. Canas.
Everybody does their introductions. What are you doing down here? Very dangerous parts.
We're looking for the ruler of these parts.
Well, there ain't no ruler in these parts, I can tell you that for sure. But a dark evil lurks beyond the river. And you are headed straight towards it.
Why are you out here then?
I'm at my post. Maybe I've said too much. I mean, I'm just observing.
Are you a keeper of the feather?
No. Why? Who's asking? And she looks at you
Wait.
all beaky-nosed, eyes wide open.
We have come to free this land from the devil Strahd.
The devil? The devil himself? Really?
Yes. We are the heroes you may have heard speak of.
Ah,
The
heroes.
lighters of the beacon.
Beacon. I've seen the beacon. Yes.
The restorers of the wizards of the wine.
Incredible. You are heroes then.
You reside here, Muriel.
From time to time, I do, yes.
Can you tell us more of this great evil beyond the river?
You see, and then you hear a scuttling coming from the south, just beyond another tributary, the marshy areas. There's lots of buildings poking out of the swamp, like where the water is deeper. You could hear something scuttling about. She says, "Oh no. Scarecrows." And we're going to pause it right here. Till next week, when we get back to Barovia and Berez. What a great episode, everybody. I really love this one. This was a lot of really important moments, especially role-playing moments for the group. I think I shouldn't be the one to say we're getting to the end of this campaign, because I'm very bad at saying, "Oh, we're getting close," and then it's not
Still derail
close.
it, don't worry.
If we don't spend 10 episodes in Vallaki, I feel like we're close.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but I feel like right now is the part where we've been waiting on the line to get on the ride. Okay,
Right.
and
yeah.
we're in the roller coaster, and we're getting the click, 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 click. That's where we're at right now. That's where I feel like we're at. And before you know it, this game is going to be over.
Right.
And it's going to be one wild ride. I can't wait to see what happens next week and in the next coming months. But stay tuned. Next time, we'll be back here on Tuesdays. Until then, we'll see you on the tabletop. Have a good night, everybody.